You're listening to After the Review with Peter and Terrell. New episodes of our podcast are available every Tuesday afternoon on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and Podbean. If you like our content, remember to comment, share, and subscribe, and enjoy the episode. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? This is After the Review with Peter and Terrell. I'm your host, Peter, and with me, as always, is my man, Terrell. Terrell, we had a fun weekend this weekend, didn't we, bud?
Yeah, we had a hell of a time this weekend. It was good to be back with everybody. You came down. You made the trip.
I trekked up there after work.
You trekked up there. Yeah, that was nice. Saturday night, late drive for you. No, Friday night.
No, Saturday. It was Saturday.
Was it Saturday night?
Yeah, Saturday night.
Okay, cool. I'm not tripping. Yeah. Saturday night for you. You made the drive. It was great. We hung out with our boy John. He delivered some big time gifts. Asked us to be in his wedding. We mentioned earlier he got engaged about a month ago. So no, that was awesome. But Saturday night we tried to
let's talk about Saturday night.
Let's talk about Saturday night a little bit. We tried to do some bro things and hang out. And I was like, hey, the McGregor fight's on. Why don't we just watch that? And everyone's like, oh, cool.
Yeah.
Let's go do that.
Let's watch it. Yeah, this is gonna be fun.
Nonchalantly,
you text me as I was like 20 minutes away. You're like, do we want to watch the McGregor fight? I was like, yeah, sure.
8 o'clock. Yeah, whatever. I was like, oh, sure. We'll go watch McGregor fight. And then we we make this whole plan, figure out a couple places to put a McGregor fight on, and we just mosey our way down to the bar, thinking we're gonna get us a seat.
Well, we go to the one restaurant that's not showing it. Say it wasn't like family friendly or something like that.
It wasn't family friendly to show that UFC fight.
But they were showing boxing.
Yeah, that's where we messed up because we should have just went straight to the restaurant they were showing it. Because we tried to kill time. We thought we were on a wait list. We thought we were gonna get a table. Little did we know we were not getting a table. We weren't getting anything. So we had you guys had a drink. I had Sprite, a dry January.
Yeah,
you guys had a beer with some fried pickles there, and then we're like, all right, should we just make the move over to the next spot? And we made the move. We were pulling up, and we were like, man,
damn,
dang, this is packed. And so, anyways, we park, get in, and get all the stuff. And we step in there, and there's not a seat to be found, and the bar is packed. And
our spot on the list had not moved in 2.5 hours.
Yeah, 2.5 hours. Our spot on the list not moving in. It's at the very bottom. So as true gentlemen, we just stayed there and figured it out. We tried to go to another.
Steal that guy's table. What about when we tried to sit at that guy's table who got stood up on that date?
Yeah, we tried. There's a guy sitting there with 3 seats, and there's 4 of us. We thought maybe we could go sit with him and make a friend. But he did not look like he wanted anybody to join his table at all. So we just stood there and watched we didn't even watch the fight.
No, we didn't. We found you made friends with the waitress because of your just fashionable red Nike hoodie. You had a basic ass hoodie. She's like, I want that hoodie or whatever. So you managed to get us drinks, and then we were like hanging out back, and we were watching the Holly Holm fight, and we were like, let's just go back to the other place. We don't need to.
Like, do we really want to watch this fight?
Yeah, because we were all starving at that point. We were like,
we're hungry, haven't eaten. We messed up. We should have ate at the other place.
Yeah, and then we would have been fine.
It would have been fine. So lesson learned. Anyways, that was pretty much our night on Saturday night. Really eventful Saturday night. We watched the McGregor fight from
the stream. My boy Bear hooked us up with the stream that we got to watch Connor basically win in 2 sets. It was over as soon as we turned it on.
Yeah, exactly. So basically, our night was to go somewhere to watch the fight. Didn't really work out that way. We ended up back at the bar we started at, ordered food there, and ended up watching the fight from a cell phone. So it sounds like a real productive, smart night. That's just this gentleman. That's guys.
Yeah, that was and it was freezing out on top of it. So we kept running back and forth between the car and stuff.
Yeah, wasn't the best thing we did. Honestly, we had a lot of technology watching TV troubles this weekend.
Oh my! Sunday.
Sunday, we jumped right into Sunday. A big game started for Sunday. I'm a Chiefs fan, so I'm really nervous. They're playing the Titans.
You refuse to come over. You come over like 5 minutes after kick. Like you don't.
Yeah, I told you. I told you. Listen, I don't. I ease into the game. I don't get too psyched up.
But I text you we may have some trouble getting this game on because we knew John has no cable or antenna or anything.
No, he has nothing. He is straight cord cutter for real. Which is okay, which I am too. But Yeah, I told you I don't get there. I like to ease into it. I watched the first series on the phone. It actually kind of gave me a little bit more anxiety than I liked because they kind of went down there. They kind of easily went down the field
And
and like
scored. Yeah, and
and
got the
they
field
scored.
goal.
Oh, got a field goal.
Yeah.
Anyways, but I get there and then you guys have kind of got the game going, kind of not.
We got the game and the live stream going. This is, we ran the first test for the live stream for our few people that checked in on the live stream, which was fun and we had good feedback on. But yeah, so we had wires everywhere. It was a project.
Yeah, it was a mess there. Every 2 to 3 minutes, someone would try to log into your stream.
Yeah, it's kicking me out.
Kicking you off.
We were having massive issues. And then you had the bright idea finally in the second half, like, oh yeah, I have a YouTube TV account. Let's just log in on the Xbox app.
Yeah, which was beautiful from there.
Yeah, and then it was fine.
But, yeah, well, at that point, all our stress levels are down because the Chiefs were up. And
you were still stressed out. You were freaking out still in the second half.
I was freaking out in the second half. But, the levels was down other than where they were in the first half. So let's jump right into this game, I think, right?
Yeah, we can. So the Titans, they got up 10-0 on the Chiefs pretty quick. And I know at this point you were losing your damn mind. Like, oh.
Well, yeah, because that's the one thing the Titans needed to do to win this game was to get out quick.
But it was only 10. It was only 10.
Yeah, but 10 for them and just sit on the ball the rest of the game. The Chiefs only got the ball 2 times in the first quarter, and I was like, listen.
That's a good amount of times in the first quarter, though.
Is it?
I mean, it's not bad. Especially, it was bad because they went 3 and out the first time they touched the ball.
That's true. So they didn't get the ball back until like late in the first quarter.
But the first 2 drives were not killer drives. Like I said, it's not like the Titans sat on the ball when they scored 10 points. They were kind of quick. And then Casey got the 7. They got the 7, right? It was 10-7.
Yeah, they got the 7.
They got the 7 back. So then it was good. But then the Titans had the issue drive where they sat on the ball and got the touchdown late in the second quarter to go up 17-7. And then,
yes.
Yeah, so you were panicking. I could feel the stress just coming off you at this point. Just like
no, yeah, it was very stressful. Let's go back there for a little bit though, because the Chiefs kind of shot themselves in the foot early.
Oh, on defense.
On defense, because it could have been easily. It could have been what.
It could have been a 10-7. It could have been a 10-7 game easily. With 5 minutes left in the second or 9 minutes left in the second quarter or whatever. Get with the ball. You could have been down 3 with the ball. Easy. Yeah,
easily. Kind of shot themselves in the foot. But a lot of offsides penalties. Then they had a huge big pass interference on 3rd and 22, which was like that kind of set them up.
And it was well short of the sticks too. It was
it's like
the interference was like 10 yards down. Yeah, it was like 10 yards down the field. So 4th and 12, kicking a field goal. So
yeah. Anyways, we'll go. There is 7.
Yeah, so 17-7, and I was me being the ever optimist for the Chiefs since I told you 2 weeks ago that this is it. This is how the Chiefs are going to do it. I didn't feel any stress in this game whatsoever. I was like, they're not going to be able to score with Kansas City. And you were like, I kind of talked you back a little bit like, yeah, they're shooting themselves in the foot. Like, you got to think they're not going to do that in the second half, so they're going to be able to get some stops here against Tennessee. Because they, all in all, they did a decent job with Derrick Henry in the first half. Nothing too spectacular from them. I think they had 70 yards rushing in the first half, Tennessee, but it wasn't like anything crazy. Those 5-yard runs were staying at 5 instead of turning into 12, 14. But then Casey went right down the field, scored a touchdown to make it 17-14, and you were feeling good. And then they got to stop, and you were like, "Ooh, can we get the double?" You're trying to double dip right before the half because they're getting the ball at half.
Learn that from Bill Belichick.
Oh, always. Defer, score, and score to make things really awkward. And, of course, you do get the double dip because it's Mahomes and Kansas City. So they're up going into half up 21-17, and you're feeling good, right?
Feeling great. Yeah. Feeling really great that I'm like, I want a Whataburger. I love Whataburger. Don't live in Texas, so I don't get as much as I want. Feeling great. Got Whataburger. Cheese are up. Our life's great. But I pull my Whataburger out, and they did not put cheese on my sandwich, my burger. I was very upset. Because it's different though. It's different. Like, it might be okay for most people because they get a lot of.
But you only get that, yes.
I only get meat and cheese and mustard. So if you miss the cheese, that's a big ingredient.
It's like 30% of the ingredients you order.
yeah. I don't ask for much. I just want to make sure you got the meat and the cheese. Honestly, if you skip the mustard, I'm totally fine. If you do
2 buns and meat and cheese, I'm good.
Yeah. So I was a little upsetting. I still ate the Whataburger because I love Whataburger and I eat it every opportunity I can get.
Yeah, you were.
But anyways,
Jonesing
yeah,
for it.
we get back into the second half. Things are second half's a little iffy, but no one really does anything. It's like they just play just to play the third quarter. No one scores. Chiefs don't score. The Titans don't score. And I think the Chiefs in the end of the third quarter, they're like at the 2 or 3 yard line. So the start of the fourth quarter, they open up and they score a touchdown and they go up 18, I believe.
Yeah, and
Is that right?
they kind of put it away. It
They
feels
kind of
like
put it. It kind of feels like they put it away right there, and then the game kind of goes back and forth on. Then we get like 6 minutes left, and
and then Tennessee runs the fake punt because
yeah,
Kansas City was not, I repeat, not in safe punt.
yeah,
Terrell.
they were not. I didn't say they were in safe
Yes,
punt,
you
man.
did.
I just said you just try to call out
You,
my boy Dirty.
you,
No. You try to call my boy Dirty Dan out, and I said he was. That's not his fault. I said were they
you
in
said
safe
they
punt?
were
I
in
said
safe
no.
punt. That was the previous statement I asked. I said, because I didn't see the
No,
play. I didn't see the play. I
they
go, were they in safe? Like, yeah, they were in safe. Everybody knew that fake was coming.
no, I didn't. Whatever. Anyways, that's a discussion for another day.
Anyway, Tennessee scored, and I think they were up. Casey was up, 14 or something with like 8 minutes left. I'm like, you could trade points for minutes at this point with the ball, and you're like, no.
I did not want to trade points for minutes at all. They wouldn't trade nothing for nothing. I wanted the game just to end immediately, and sure enough, it did. Without a little sweat though, Damian Williams, he tried to make Andy Reid look like a bad guy. Andy was trying to not. He was listening. I was like, Andy came today. He's like, I ain't gonna freak up nothing. I'm not gonna mess anything up. I'm gonna manage the game really well. And Damian Williams said, "No, coach, I'm gonna make you like a dumbass out here." And sure enough, he runs out of bounds to spare Tennessee a touchdown. I mean, not a touchdown, a timeout. So
Yeah, at least it was like, what are you doing, guy?
just fall down.
Just fall down.
You're
And
gonna
even
bounce.
Mahomes did the same thing. He threw the ball away when instead of taking the set. It was like, I don't know, but the rules don't apply to Mahomes. He just erases any sort of clock mistakes you make or anything like that, any sort of game management issues. They go bye-bye with him. So
exactly.
Pretty lackluster second half. Pretty comfortable the most time. I know not super comfortable for you, but they're back. They're there. First time in 50 years. First time in your life. It's got to feel good, right?
Yeah, no, it's great. First time in my life. I thought about this. If they ever do it every 50 years, I might not be around.
Oh, come on. Dude, you 75-year-old man making around like, oh.
75 old man. Yeah, I mean. Yeah.
I don't think Patrick's going to make you wait that long again.
I sure hope not. I mean, I guess we always say, he's a coin flip away from doing it last year anyway.
That's true.
So I want to hit on the Tennessee Titans, though. Great run. I think Henry ran out of gas towards the end there.
He really did. Too many big carry games the last month or so of the season.
And then I think it was cold out there, and then I think he loves contact. But he he was getting hit early and at the line, and then they really couldn't let lean on him in the second half, like what his specialty is. Just the
Kansas City did a really good job, I think, on the defense, not letting Tennessee lean on him the whole game. Like the offensive line just leaning downfield. They said, no, you're gonna have to earn every 5 yards you pick up.
Yeah, exactly. Man, this KC defense, where it was. Let's just talk about a whole year, right?
Yeah.
Where it was last year with Bob Sutton to where it is now is like night and day. I was like, I know we made some additions. We got Matthew, we got Frank Clark, but we lost D Ford and we lost Eric Berry wasn't on the team. I'm not sure, was he?
No, he didn't play. He played like a little bit.
He played a little. He was hurt. But yeah, so I know we made some additions, but God, this defense has made a whole, I want to say a complete 180 flip, but they can, it's not just the offense that keeps us in the game. The defense can make a stop here and there, and I think that's exactly enough what the offense needs, right? Yeah,
and that's why you got Spag, right? Spag's been big time in this situation, as a D coordinator before, like with the Giants and stuff, just turning those defenses around, maybe taking all year to do it, but then finally get them humming in the playoffs to get those stops. Yeah, just when, like you said, like, you're going to get into a 30-point game. It's all about getting the one stop, right? We're not worried.
Exactly.
And you feel confident enough to like, hey, we have a chance to get the stop here. I don't feel unconfident.
Yeah, I felt way more confident than I did last year with getting the stop. And my favorite phrase is bend but don't break. So, and they've been doing a lot of that.
They're playing really good red zone D.
Red zone defense has been very good. So I think that's a big factor into getting people to kick field goals instead of score touchdowns. So hats off to them. You got one more game, finish it out. Matthew, let's go. Frank Clark, let's go. Please stop talking to people who put mics in front of your face. Just stop it. Just no. They put a mic for your face.
They're gonna have plenty of mics in their face the next 2 weeks.
I know, and I'm really nervous for him. I hope someone talks to him because the press conference he gave after the game, man, oh man, it made my head hurt.
Yeah.
I was like, no, he did not just say this, and yeah, he did. Did you see it?
No, I did not. What did he say?
Oh my gosh, I'll have to.
It was just bad.
He just said people are gonna know his name. He called Derrick Henry. He said he came in here talking all that smack, or we shut him to 70 yards. He said a bunch of stuff, but I was like, no, this is not needed. I know it was real emotions because it was like, you know,
it was like kind of like the Richard Sherman after when you tried me with a sorry receiver like Crabtree.
Yeah,
it's one of those things. Yeah,
one of those things, but I did not get as much traction because he didn't like really call anybody out. But yeah, they just put a mic in front of his face right after the game. Like there should be
a rule.
I'm a sidetrack. Not a rule, maybe a rule, but there should be people on your staff. Like you have guys who might say questionable things. So immediately after a big game, there should be people like
go find them.
The communication people should like find these guys, and anybody who has a camera in it, like bag up. No, let him. He needs a cool off period. All right, 20-minute cool off period. Then you can come.
Hey, but that's where you get the best quotes from stuff like a Bart Scott can't stop a nosebleed, huh?
No, but see, some people are allowed. Like you could throw a camera in Mahomes' face. I mean, a mic in Mahomes' face.
Well, yeah,
it'll be fine. But you gotta have like the asterisk guys on your team. Like, listen, maybe we shouldn't let him just talk immediately after the game. His emotions are running high.
If you want that kind of like response, like give it to Kelsey because that was what he said was great. Like it's gonna be the right amount of goofy and fun, right?
Yeah, not just a straight like going in and saying nonsense. So I'm sure he got to talk and was like, listen, you can't keep doing this stuff.
Hey.
But yeah, that was great. I'm happy the Chiefs are going to the Super Bowl. I wore my Chiefs jersey, my Mahomes jersey to work today. It was great. Yeah, I'm excited.
Andy Reid Hawaiian shirt, big energy.
Big energy. Hope he can get over the hump because that means the Chiefs win and Andy gets over the hump. Andy's a Hall of Fame coach, correct?
Maybe. I don't know.
Nah, I think so.
Well, just because Jimmy Johnson wasn't a Hall of Fame coach till this year. And
Bill Cowher's a Hall of Fame coach.
Well, he just became it this year too. I know this year. I don't know. Things were weird because Jimmy's a better coach than Andy Reid. You would have said.
Yeah, but I think
and it took forever. I don't know. I think he needs to get this Super Bowl. I think Pat Mahomes is going to get him 2 or 3 rings, and then it'll be lock it up.
Well, what I've heard says yes. He's number 6 on all time for playoff wins. He has had 15 double-digit win seasons. So 4, like you said, 4 NFC straight championships. 4 straight,
right? Yeah, 4 straight NFC title game appearances.
I mean,
and he's only got 2 conference championships is the problem.
2 conference. He's also taken 2 teams to Super Bowl now. So he's a Hall of Famer in my book. I'm a little more biased, but whatever.
Yeah, here. Well, the football seemed like it was over after that because the NFC Championship game was next, San Francisco and Green Bay, and that game went exactly like Peter said it would and he expected. San Francisco shoved it down Green Bay's throat. I said they felt like a fraud team at 13-3. They got exposed. Made Minnesota look a lot better, only losing, 27-10 or whatever. We were at least competitive in the first half against Frisco. Green Bay was never competitive at all, were they?
No, sir. They were not competitive at all. We went out
to celebrate a little bit.
We went. Well, yeah. You guys went. We went to go watch the game somewhere. We were like,
you had to see your dad.
Went to go see my dad. I was like, me and my dad. We're the Chiefs won, so we can go out. We can show our face. The loss.
No hiding.
I'd go hide. I don't know what Well, you wouldn't see me the rest of the weekend.
Oh.
Anyways. They won, so I went and saw my dad. We went to the same bar we watched McGregor fight at. We went back. We're like, we really liked it, but we didn't work out the first time, so let's try it again. Went there, watched the game. I mean, we got there when 7.
It was 7-0, yeah, Frisco. I think when we got there.
Yes, from there on, it was just a whooping from San Francisco. I think from when we sat down, this happened like in 5 minutes or so. Rodgers fumbled?
No, they got the sack. They sacked him. They punted. They ran the punt back to midfield. They scored the touchdown. Then Rodgers fumbled or threw a pick. They scored again, and then Rodgers turned it over again right after. It was like just a waterfall of stuff going on.
That's what it was. Rodgers fumbled, then he threw the pick. That's what it was.
Yeah.
Because he threw the pick way late in the half.
Late in the half, right before the half,
So,
and they scored
right
again on that.
Yeah, so it was slim pickings for the Packers.
And then of course they got the garbage stuff going in the second half, but
they got
Jimmy G didn't throw a pass from like 2 minutes on in the second quarter to 4 minutes left in the game, something like that.
Let's just talk about how Kyle Shanahan has turned. I saw this Jimmy G into a handsome handoff machine. That's really what it's turned into. I mean, he hands the ball off with the best of them because Raheem Morris, Coleman got hurt this game.
Yeah, he did. He dislocated his shoulder, I think.
Breida, yeah,
nowhere
elbow,
to be found. Elbow.
Yeah, elbow.
Mosert's been the guy. I don't know where Breida is.
Mosert's been a guy. I know where Breida is. I know they got another guy named Wilson. So they just bring people out from the sideline and they all just go for 5 yards a pop. I don't know where they found them.
7.
They just
7 yards pop.
Yeah, 7 to 5 yards a pop. They all do it. I mean, I think literally they just like find guys who are just look fast and athletic and like, hey, do you want to play running back for us?
It's that blocking scheme that's so well. I mean, we saw it when he was in Atlanta with Tevin Coleman.
Yeah.
I told you that's why Tevin Coleman's better than Freeman.
No, Tevin Coleman's not better than Freeman.
He is, man. He just carves it up.
You know what? That's what we should do. You think
Tevin
Coleman is better than Freeman, at Peter, what's his name? At either on Instagram or
on Twitter. On the Twitter.
What's your Twitter handle?
I don't know. I think it's at P Del Monte. I think.
P Del Monte.
Yeah.
Okay, this is great. People are gonna find you. Wonderful. Tell him that Devontae Freeman's better than Tevin Coleman.
It's not just like James Conner's better than Nick Chubb. Okay.
Did I say that?
Yeah, you said that. You were very adamant about that last year when I texted you that. Adamant.
That's a cold take. That's a very cold take.
Cold take.
I gotta take that one back. I'm sorry, Nick Chubb.
My man Coleman is turning into Freeman though. He don't stay healthy, so I'm losing some points on that. Freeman's never healthy though.
No, it was Coleman. Coleman's played like.
No, this year. I'm talking about Freeman his entire career. That man was always hurt. That's why Coleman was getting that opportunities.
You're not wrong, but whatever. Anyways, back to the game. The Packers almost come with the backdoor cover. At this point, I'm not even paying attention. You come out of the bathroom. Like, the Packers are gonna get this backdoor cover.
Yeah, I know. We're sitting there bowling at this. We're out there bowling at this point.
Oh, we're bowling.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Bowling. Yeah, we've moved on. We've left the game.
This game's over. We got Chiefs Niners Super Bowl. It's ready. We're just ready for it.
Yeah, my dad has gotten up and said, "Yeah, I'm gonna catch you later." And then we all get up and leave. We're like, "This is no point for us to watch this because there's nothing going on. We know what the Super Bowl is gonna be." Also, I'm gonna admit watching the 49ers do that to the Packers kind of made me a little scary because they could. I mean, when I'm talking about dominated, they completely just dominated them. And like, it's one thing to like get out schemed, but they just got moved off and just they just ran the ball.
I would be more scared that they did that to Minnesota the week before than doing that to Green Bay. Green Bay's defense they're very opportunistic. They're not a scary defense. Minnesota defense scares people, as you know, and they did kind of the same exact thing. It wasn't for 7 a pop, but it was for about 5. So I would be a little worried on them.
I am worried. Anything that gives me somewhat of hope is that kind of slowed down Derrick Henry. But again, like I said, Derrick Henry, that's a different type of
run scheme and thing.
But he was gassed. And like we said, the 49ers have plenty of guys. So if one gets gassed, they'll just tap their home and another horse will come in and stable to carry the load. So I don't know. Anyway, it should be exciting Super Bowl.
It should be a very good Super Bowl.
I wasn't in love that we're doing red on red here, but red team versus another red team.
Well, they're doing all white. I think they're trying to get.
The 49ers.
Yeah, they said they petitioned to get all white because AFC is the home team and the NFC is the away team, and they said no at first, but I think they were trying to get it through. I think they're going to make them wear the white tops with the gold pants. So, but if the Chiefs are doing red on red, then maybe the Niners will do white on white.
No, I think the Chiefs are doing red on white. I saw them take some pictures today. Some Super Bowl stuff, and they're in red on white.
All right, so then we'll probably get a white on gold. But I like you said, it's pretty much the same colors going against each other. It's a yellow versus a gold.
Yeah, so that isn't great, but oh well. Bigger can be choosers. And yeah, Super Bowl should be fun. We'll hit on that next week.
Yeah,
Of
we'll
course,
go
right?
do our deep. Yeah, we'll do our deep dive next week. We don't need to go
Pete,
to
how do we do this week? Oh, we want to talk about little Aaron Rodgers and
Oh
how we felt
yes,
about.
Aaron Rodgers. There you go. Talk about
Yeah,
his playoffs numbers because they're
let's
bad.
talk about this playoff numbers since the Super Bowl. Aaron Rodgers is 6-7 in playoffs. You
Not
wouldn't guess that, would you?
no. I mean, I would because I watch
You
enough of
would,
it.
you would, because you don't like Rodgers.
I
But
do
six
not.
and seven, not very
A
good.
lot of them at home too.
Yeah, I think a lot of his games at home. I can't really
Can't.
tell.
I just know that he's
It's
won the
just,
division enough.
yeah, it's just a lot of stats right here. It doesn't say home or away. But yeah, 6-7 since the Super Bowl, not great. I think his window of winning the Super Bowl is done. So yeah, would you agree?
Yeah, he's a little delusional, I think, because he said we're really close. You know, after the game on Sunday, I was like, "What football game did you watch, Aaron? What?
There were just a couple of mistakes that happened.
Yeah. I turned the ball over. We're really close. What? I mean, yeah, I don't know how I feel like. Yeah, you beat the Vikings and own the division, but Minnesota looked way closer than you did against the Niners. Like, Jesus, you played the Niners twice and you got shut out 59-0, I think they said in the first half of both games combined. Like, that's insane. Like, how do you that's not all the defense, dude. You're putting up goose eggs. Like, Jesus. Yeah, so I think the window might be closed on Rodgers. What do they have weapon wise? Like, Jimmy Graham's 1,000.
Nah, Jimmy's not gonna be there. I got Adams. They do have two Adams and Jones to help. I'm sure they'll draft a receiver. It's a deep draft for receivers. I don't know if one will slide to him. That's really going to change.
Game changer.
They can probably sign a receiver. I don't know what their cap situation looks like, at all. To be honest,
probably not great since you're paying. You got to think when you're paying Rodgers. I'm sure something.
I mean, I think Adams is getting paid too, I believe so. I'm not 100% sure.
Then you're gonna have to pay you're gonna have to pay those defensive guys soon. They're young. I'm sure they're coming up soon.
The two ends? They just paid them last year?
I'm talking about like the secondary, the DBs and stuff. All these young DBs, guys that they drafted. They got Martinez and stuff like that. They got the defense is kind of young. So they're gonna have to pay up there.
We'll see what they do. But they are heading. They're at least heading. They're probably heading in the right direction. I don't know if I'm keeping Mike Pettin though. He seemed like he didn't know what he's doing out there.
Shanahan got him back for that one for Cleveland.
I showed you that little picture that.
Well, that was from the video. That was from the video I was telling you about.
Yeah, because you talked about it earlier in the day, and you were talking about the video.
Only Cleveland could find a way to fire. Let Kyle Shanahan leave. Only the Browns.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, Matt LaFleur will be all right. Yeah, he was playing against his buddy, so he's at a disadvantage.
He's playing against his brother too. Yeah, his little brother.
His friends. Like, he was at a disadvantage. They know all his tendencies. They're like, man, we got you. This is
cake, easy.
This is cake. So, well, how do we do this weekend? Betting one.
We did 3-2, I think, or we pushed. We got the push on the. So we went 3-1-1.
What did the push on?
We pushed the over. Oh no, you hit the over. We were gonna push on the over. That's right.
Yeah.
So you did 3. I went 3-2, and you went 4-1.
Wow. I told you I should really start betting.
I should start betting.
Really should. I know, but once I put real money on it, it's gonna change.
Well, yeah, we'll screw up massively.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I would console my boy Riley, but he doesn't seem like he does well at times. But
honestly,
when he does,
if you had just followed your heart and bet the Chiefs, you would have went 5-0.
I know, but it's the thing. You can't. Do you ever really like? If I were really betting, that's probably one bet I'm not.
You don't
making.
touch your own team.
You don't touch. I don't think you touch your own team.
I touched Minnesota when I bet one time, but it was the over under. It was an over under in the game in the first half.
We should rephrase that. We don't touch our own team. We should say we should say that we don't bet. We don't bet on our team. We shouldn't bet on our own team, but. Yeah, I wouldn't do it. It's just tough. Like, you already have enough anxiety and different things like that going on. You don't need to put money on it too, because that's just a
bet against them is always a good philosophy.
I guess it's a win-win situation for you.
Yeah, if you're you bet an amount of money you're willing to lose that your team won, but amount of money that'll make you feel better that your team lost.
Yeah, I guess so. I want to talk about this real quick. Is there any more anxiety than watching your team play to go to the Super Bowl? Like to know that you're so close.
Probably in the Super Bowl.
In a Super Bowl is great, but like
I don't know. I've watched my team lose the NFC Championship game more than anybody else has.
Or just watch your team play in general in the playoffs. I think it's just like that's just a lot of tension is built up, and I don't know how people do it because lately the Chiefs have been pretty good, so I've had to
deal with it. Yeah,
deal with it, and it's been really tough. Honestly, like you can't control it. You just gotta watch
more stress each week.
Yeah, it is. It's a lot of stress on fans, honestly.
Yeah, how do you?
It really is.
And I literally root for the team that has the most roller coaster playoff thing ever. We're just good enough that we always get in the playoffs, unlike the Cowboys who think they're good enough and they always miss the playoffs. We get in the playoffs and then get my hopes up and then let myself down. Like, look, oh my goodness, we're gonna make a run. No, I've watched us lose 1, 2, 3, 4. I've watched us lose 4 NFC Championship games in my life. It's like and 0 wins. It's just like, and we've been blown out in 2 of them. So it's like another one of those things where it's like, oh my God. And then 2 of them we've been blown out in 2 of them and have lost 2 games in heartbreak. Like the absolute, both games in overtime. So it's like, I've seen both ends of the spectrum and shit, I hate it. It's awful. There's no good way to lose a championship game.
No, not at all. I will say this though. With that said, I know this is weird. It's a weird way of looking at it. I do give Patriots fan a lot of credit because over the years they've they've won, so it's a little easier.
Yeah,
for them.
Really easy.
It's really easy, but they've set through all the they don't play the first round, except this year. They've set through those 3 games and have to go through it year in and year out, which is great because you win. But honestly, I'm sure they still get nerves. It's not like the Patriots blow people out. So,
no,
they actually
feel good. You always feel good though when you have the best quarterback on your team, and they always have the best quarterback and best coach.
I mean, right now we probably have the best quarterback left,
but you haven't won it yet. Like, so if the Chiefs win it this year and they're back next year, you're gonna feel a lot less stress. I'm sure.
I mean, you're probably not wrong, but still, it's a lot of stress. So I'm just saying, I shouldn't give props to.
Don't ever give props to Patriots fans.
Because they won a lot.
Don't ever give them props on this podcast.
I give them small props because they've gone through it the last couple of years, year in and year out. Who else? What other dynasties we got?
No, I'm not gonna. I mean, Golden State recently. Golden State.
Yeah, but the best, like you said, it's this Steph Curry factor though. Like, you know what I mean? Like you kind of feel like he'll pull it out eventually, especially when you have KD though. It's a little different. I think football is different though because it's just like
it's so one and done. It's one and done.
Yeah, it's one and done, and the series is different. You know, if you lose it, like it maybe a game 7 is a lot of pressure, but if you lose one, you're like, we'll get them next.
Yeah, you work it. So, yeah, you work it until you're down to you're looking down and out. Then
unless you're like LeBron.
3-1, yeah, the one time.
So, right. we got bets this week.
Yeah, let's do picks this week. Little meek week on picks this week because next week we're gonna have a lot of fun. We're gonna do Super Bowl prop bets and we're gonna do a bunch of them to make things.
Should we bring somebody on next week? Maybe not. We'll talk about off mic.
Yeah, we can talk about that. Maybe adding somebody on. Maybe we'll do an open contest if any people want to get in on it.
Oh yeah, leave it open.
All right, so let's start with the Pro Bowl because we gotta watch football. Football, this is America. We watch football. We got the Pro Bowl, AFC, NFC. AFC.
Real quick, can you confirm who's coaching the Pro Bowl?
It's the highest ranked divisional round coach. So it's Harbaugh and then Pete.
It's gonna be right.
It's gonna be Pete. No, Pete. Divisional round losers. It's whoever loses in the second round of the playoffs. Highest ranked team. So, yes, somehow the 5-seeded Seahawks, because the Vikings were the 6th seed in the NFC. So, it's Pete and Harbaugh.
Really?
Yep.
Let me see real quick.
They got rid of the conference champion a while ago. It's the highest-ranked loser in the divisional round.
Yeah, you're right. The Ravens and the Seahawks will coach the Pro Bowl squads.
So, there you go. All right, so AFC is 1-point favorites. I'm going with the NFC because I'm an NFC guy. Are you going with the AFC because of the Chiefs? Or are you going with Pete?
Oh, man. AFC because... Oh no! Well, I gotta figure out who's replacing who. No, I'm going to AFC. I'm gonna ride my confidence.
I like it. And then let's do the over/under for this game. Over/under 50.5 points. I'm definitely taking the over because it's the Pro Bowl. They're not allowed to play defense.
Yeah, I'm 100% taking the over. The 50.5 is so low.
I know, right?
They'll score like 50 in the first quarter.
Yeah,
first half.
I don't know. They've been a little bit lower scoring lately. I looked, but
really?
Yeah, 50.5 should hit. So
I am taking it in half.
maybe they're just trying to get people to be degenerates and bet on the Pro Bowl.
Question for you. Would you participate in the Pro Bowl if you let me give you 3 scenarios.
Yeah, give me the scenarios.
1, your team doesn't make the playoffs at all, or you participate in the Pro Bowl.
Am I healthy?
You're healthy.
How many Pro Bowls have I been to?
We'll give you a couple scenarios. You only have your first Pro Bowl.
Then for sure you're going if it's your first.
You've been to 3 Pro Bowls so far.
Depends how the body feels. Depends where it is. Depends what what my family's situation is. Because that's a good they do it in Orlando now. So it's like you take the kids to Disney and stuff and do a whole.
And it's a bonus, trip. Right? You don't get the money unless
you get the bonus if you're just named to the roster.
Okay, cool.
So
give me a yes or no. You can't put a maybe.
Yeah, I'd go if my team didn't make the playoffs and I was healthy and I wasn't feeling it.
Team made the playoffs.
Unless the wifey said no or something like that.
Yeah, understandable. Team made the playoffs. You lost, and then the divisional round. This is only your second Pro Bowl you call to.
Were we a home team in the divisional round? Or we were like a wild card winner, and then we went on the road.
No, you're the home team. Got upset.
Oh, we got upset.
You're Michael Thomas. Although he's probably made to more.
That was the first round, though. So they lost
the first round.
Yeah, they lost.
Oh, my bad. That division. You are.
I'm like Lamar or something like that.
Yeah, you're like
anybody on Baltimore. Lamar. Anybody on Baltimore?
Anybody like Mark Andrews.
Yeah. I'd probably go, especially since it's been 2 weeks. I know if I'm in the conference championship game and I lose a heartbreaker, I'm not going. But if we get blown out, I might go if I'm healthy.
So my next question you're Derrick Henry? Are you going?
No, I'm not going, and he's not going.
He's not going?
Nope. He already said he wasn't going. I think he said today.
Okay, cool. You are
Rodgers not going.
Rodgers not going.
Yeah,
Adams. You're Aaron Jones.
He got named to it, I think, so he's going. Yeah, he's got it. Yeah, he's got to be. He's a replacement. He wasn't named to it originally.
Okay, gotcha.
So
there should be some type of rule to make these guys go.
I think they're trying to do it. I mean, they're doing better. I mean, Jesus, but it's like kind of a sham at this point. 5 Vikings got named to it today, and one of them was Xavier Rhodes, the 94th ranked corner on Pro Football Focus, which is hilarious. Like what?
Yeah, they need to figure it out somehow. Yeah.
They asked a bunch of guys who are popular that weren't on it and like, will you show up? And they're like, yeah, we'll show up. And so they all went.
Yeah. So we gotta fix this. Yeah. Maybe after the Super Bowl, between the Super Bowl week and XFL, we want to dive into that. We'll figure out how fixing some things. We want some rules changes. We want some Pro Bowl. We want the Pro Bowl change. So and we'll figure it out how to. You just wish you could do it like you do the NBA, but it's just such a grueling game.
You can't put it in the middle of the season.
You can't put it in the middle of the season. You can't waste that.
You could. I would play it like a 7-on-7 tournament. You could do a tournament.
I like that, but I would like a 7-on-7 tournament. I think guys would really get into that. And then
each team has a lineman. I mean, you could put a lineman on each team, offensive and defensive lineman.
We could do a lineman challenge. Not challenge.
Like the skills challenge, but for linemen.
Yeah, we got tug of war, like some other stuff, flipping tires,
the
all
bench
that
press, like strongman punches, like pulling trucks and stuff. I like that. I like that.
The only thing I worry about 7-on-7 is these guys are big, fat. I think that's more cautious of them getting hurt. 7-on-7 maybe.
But it's the same. Yeah.
They move so fast.
Yeah, but it's like I mean, you're playing tackle football anyway. It's not like they're moving slow.
That's true. But I mean, it's different when you don't have a helmet on and you do have a helmet.
Yeah, we'll make them wear those padded helmets like the high school
padded
kids
helmets?
Yeah, the little things that the high school kids got to wear now at 7-on-7.
Okay.
All right, let's go NBA, Denver and Houston on Wednesday night. Houston's 8-point home favorites. The Rockets lost to the Lakers at home without AD, so they're kind of looking to get a win. And Denver's, I think, second in the West right now. So who do you like in this one?
Give me Denver.
Oh, that's exactly where I'm going too. I think Houston's kind of falling apart at the seams already. Westbrook and Harden are going to start killing each other. I mean, Harden, my only caveat is Harden did go 1 for 17 from 3 the other night, so he might be ready to go perfect. You know, something crazy. He might pop off for like 60.
That's true. He might go off for 60. Dame went off for 61 last night.
Oh, so yeah, okay.
He went off for 61 Monday night. I don't know when people are gonna listen to it, so I don't want to say last night. Monday night he went with 61.
So all right, last one. Let's not forget our brothers on the ice. NHL All-Star game this weekend. They do their 3v3 tournament between the divisions. Who do you have winning? Just give me a winner. What division, what team is winning the NHL All-Star game?
You need to give me
All right,
a division.
You need the divisions? All right, we got
I need the divisions.
the two East divisions are the Atlantic and the Metropolitan Division, and then the West divisions are the Central and the Pacific divisions.
I'm going to Pacific because I live on the West Coast.
Oh, all right, he's going with the Pacific. I'm going with the Central for the Colorado Avalanche. So I think I like that. It's a little fun. That's if anybody wants to see innovations in All-Star games, the NHL All-Star game always does something new. They were the first one to start like the fantasy draft for the All-Star game where you just pick guys, and now they do the little 3v3 tournament with all the divisions, so you get to, you got to win twice or whatever to win. So it's kind of fun. The NHL always does something creative, so I like that. Maybe check it out.
I like that too. We're definitely going to figure out how to fix the Pro Bowl.
Yeah.
We got to figure this out. There's so many things you can do with football.
Yeah.
What else? That's the last one?
All right. Who balled out for you this week?
Ball of the week. Raheem Morstead. How you say the last name again?
Raheem Mostert.
Sorry, Raheem. Went for 20. He had 29 carries for 222 yards, 7 yards a carry, as you mentioned earlier, and 4 touchdowns versus the Packers. Man, what's been cut by seven times?
He's been cut 6 times. 6 times without getting a carry.
Times, and on 7 teams. Tremendous story he's done here. Quick fact by him. He was offered a deal out of high school to be a pro surfer. Hence why he does the surfing celebration when he scores a touchdown. Although he didn't do it on a Sunday, which is really upset about because I kind of like it.
He was in the end zone too much to do it.
No, he gave he did a really nice thing. He gave the lineman the football to Spike. I really appreciate that because the linemen, they do all the heavy work. They never really get the love. My ball of the week, I was going to go with Patrick Mahomes, but I feel like that might be a homer pick. But it's okay.
All right. Doghouse for me, same game. We're going to go Mike Pettin and that Green Bay Packer defense. They looked, 7 yards a pop. They didn't look like they were ready to play football on Sunday. I wanted to give it to LaFleur, but you kind of talked me out of it because he's a first-year head coach. But Kyle Shanahan got the last laugh on Pettin, and that defense got gashed. And I haven't seen a gashing like that in a good minute. It was good old-fashioned football, smash mouth. So, yeah, Pettin, bad. Bad at the worst time to be bad.
Yeah. We're going to talk about this. I want to talk about this. We'll talk about the head coaches getting hired. But sometimes there's writing on the wall. Some of these coaches are just bad.
And we keep
recirculating them.
It's the good old boys club of the NFL. The NFL is trying to get better because it used to be the good old boys club, but they're getting better. It feels like there's a lot of young coaches getting hired.
I know that. So I talked to you about Shanahan blocking LaFleur's brother to go coach with him. So supposedly, if you're under contract, they can block you from going to another team.
Yeah.
It all depends on what the roles are, I guess.
Yeah, it has to do with the rules, and it has to do with like a promotion and stuff. You can't. I don't think you can block somebody if it's like a promotion. So if someone, you just give them a better title. You just can give them a better title.
Well, you can give him a better title, but it's the thing. I think the reason why he was able to block him because he wasn't going to get play calling duties, which isn't technically a promotion.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the same thing happened with the Chiefs. The Chiefs were going to block their quarterback coach. I don't know his last name, so I'm not even going to try. Because Doug Peterson was looking for him for his OC job, but it wasn't going to involve
calling plays because Doug's
calling plays
still. Yeah.
So yes, I think Andy was going to block it because I think Andy knows next year Eric Bellamy
is gone as a head coach probably.
Bellamy is probably going to get a head coaching job, so he wants that guy to take over. Which, if I'm that guy, and I'm like, I want
to call plays for freaking Mahomes. Jesus, that offense, God.
So I think this is the first time I've seen some blocking going recently. I feel like most of the time coaches just like are free will and let him go. Which I don't know. I see both sides. You can block, you cannot block. However you feel about it. Honestly, I think that might be the move. I know it's shitty to do.
NFL definitely have it better in the NFL than they do in college, where it's the Wild West, where contracts mean absolutely nothing.
That's it's just a piece of paper. Yeah. Next week we'll have a jam-packed week.
Super Bowl deep dive.
Super Bowl deep dive. Super Bowl props. It'll be fun.
It will be. I'm excited. All right, so that's gonna do it for this week, and we will see you all next week.